What's up, y'all? I want to talk about this T.I. versus 50 Cent situation. Around COVID, we know around COVID, that's when the verses, happened. People were doing the verses from their homes. It was Nelly. He did a verses with Ludacris. Snoop did a verses with DMX. Of that nature. And then on and on. Then we had other verses. But T.I. said that he wanted to do a verses with 50 Cent. He talked to Swizz Beatz, and he told Swizz Beatz he want 50 Cent. And then T.I. also said him and 50 Cent ran into each other prior to that, I guess. And I guess they talked about it, and 50 told him that he would do it versus with him. Now that's coming from T.I. 50 Cent has not confirmed nor denied it, so we don't know. Not calling T.I. a liar, just he hasn't confirmed nor denied it. And they end up not doing it. So T.I. was going to do it with Jeezy, but then Jeezy ended up doing it with Gucci Mane, because we all know their situation. So that made sense, him doing it with Gucci Mane. It would have made sense him doing it with T.I., but that made sense because I guess them two wanted to squash their long-standing beef. And it was a good versus. Gucci Mane, held his own. I still had Jeezy winning, like 12-8, something like that. But Gucci Mane held his own. But anyway, so T.I. was left without an opponent. So, but 50 Cent never accepted his challenge. And I said back then, when he kept going along asking 50 Cent, I said, the man don't want to do it. Go get someone else. Go get someone like a Jay-Z, Kanye, Drake, Wayne. Go get someone else to do a versus with, because obviously the man don't want to do it. By his actions, he don't want to do it because he's not entertaining it. But then some people said there was some negotiations behind closed doors. Because remember, Triller was doing the verses, was hosting the verses, and people was having trouble getting paid. Even in boxers, people was having trouble getting paid. Like allegedly Tyson and Roy Jones money wasn't right, allegedly. So I guess some people kind of fell off and didn't want to do it because the money wasn't right, and that could have been the case with that. But nevertheless, him and 50 never done it. And then 50 sent out a tweet 3 or 4 years ago saying that he don't want to even be around T.I., keep his name out his mouth. He said, how about doing a competition of staying away from each other? So that tells me right there that 50 have no interest in doing a versus, at least with T.I., if he has an interest in doing a versus at all. So it calmed down for a minute, and then it resurfaced again this year. T.I. was going around, doing interviews because he got a new album coming out. His new single was dropping, and he was on Club Shay Shay, and I guess it came up again. No, he was on the Breakfast Club first. And he said, nobody, let it be clear, no one can mess with me in verses. No one can mess with me in the verses. And then he went on Club Shay Shay and said that he called 50 Cent out, but 50 Cent is scared or he don't want the smoke. And I knew, see, knowing 50 the way we all know 50 like the troll, right? So I knew that this was going to turn into that type of situation, because the man obviously don't want to do a versus with you. And T.I. said to everyone that 50 Cent catalog cannot do nothing with his catalog, and 50 Cent can't rap better than him. So, but he called 50 Cent a bully. But that's a bully as well, because I'm not denying that 50 Cent is a bully. I'm not denying that he's not a bully. But T.I. trying to come off like he's not a bully. Do you know the definition of a bully is going after the weak that you don't feel have the weapons to fight you, or have the temerity to fight you, or have the strength to fight you or match your strength. That's the definition of a bully. And you said that 50 Cent catalog cannot do nothing with your catalog, and he can't rap better than you. Why would you want to do a versus someone that cannot hold up or stand up against you in those two categories? Go do a versus with Jay-Z. Okay, Jay-Z don't want to get in it. Go ask Drake if he want to do it. Go ask Kanye West. Well, you can't mess with Kanye West either, because your catalog is not Kanye West catalog. Go ask somebody like a Wayne. Go ask Ludacris to do one. I think Ludacris is his matchup. He kind of dismissed Wayne a couple times. T.I. dismissed Wayne and said, "Oh, I'm a Wayne fan." When Shannon Sharpe asked him to do one with Wayne, he said, "I'm a Wayne fan." Y'all know what that means. That means he don't think Wayne is worthy enough to. 50 probably thinks the way that you thought about Busta Rhymes, that you're not worthy to do a versus with. Some guys don't think certain guys are worthy to do a versus with. It's okay. That's okay. Because you shut Busta down after you saying that you will face anybody. And then Busta Rhymes got at you that same day and said, I'll bust your ass. And what did you say? Oh, you outside my, what did he say? You outside my generation. That's what you said. You said you're outside of my generation. Now, guess who could have made that claim? DMX and Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg could have made that claim versus DMX because Snoop came out in 91. DMX didn't come out until when? DMX came out in what? 96, 7? I think Snoop came out in 90. He came out in 96, 97, like 7 years apart. But you said you and Busta Rhymes, essentially calling Busta Rhymes a grandpa. But you turned that one down. That's fine. It's okay. You had your reasons why you didn't want to do a versus with Busta Rhymes. 50 Cent may have his reasons why he don't want to do a versus with you. He may not think that you're big enough. Now me, I think they both got good catalogs. I don't know if they're now 50 can make a case that his catalog is legendary because the man got one album that sold 13 and the other one sold I think 10. You know, like The Masker sold I think 10. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to figure out why T.I. constantly just want to do a versus with 50, like constantly. You know why, y'all? Because he look at 50 as being a bully, and he's a bully also, and he want to bully the bully. But I don't think people caught on to that. T.I. is also acting like a bully in this situation. He's acting like a bully because you said that his catalog can't stand up against your catalog, and he can't rap better than you. I don't want to go up against a person in the verses that I got those two criteria over them, because that's the main criteria that's going to be happening in the verses. Now, me, personally, 50 Cent got 20 records that can go up against anybody. Anybody will have trouble trying to beat 50 Cent in a 20-track verses, because he got street records, and he got records for the girls, and he got in between records. T.I. got all that too. But me, I think 50 Cent beats him. I just think 50 Cent got too many, because T.I. is known as being a trap king, right? 50 Cent got street records too. And his street records are bigger than T.I.'s street records. What he gonna do with Mini Man? What he gonna do with Wankster? What he gonna do with those Heat? What is he gonna do with those type of records? Those records are huge in the club. Those records are 50 Cent had a whole little time period to himself. What those, if you go look at those interviews about and listen to those rappers about when they knew 50 was about to drop that Get Rich or Die Trying, they said the wave is coming. And T.I. never had a wave like that. Very few people had a wave like that in rap. You can go look at Jay-Z, Tupac, Biggie, Eminem, which is that's another one that people don't want to give credit to, because they say he's a white boy, that's why he sold a lot. He's a white boy, that's why he sold a lot. It's a lot of white boys that didn't sell like him. It's a lot of white boys that didn't sell like Eminem that was out. Machine Gun Kelly didn't sell like Eminem. He's a white boy. Why didn't he sell 20 million, 30 million on his album? Paul Wall, why didn't he sell a whole lot, 20 million, 30 million? But I digress. Like I said, man, 50, and now T.I. his son got at 50, because 50 did get at his mother, so he's standing up for his mother. and T.I. dropped like 3 or 4 diss tracks. He probably on diss track number 5. 50 Cent is gonna troll T.I. He's not gonna put out no music. And people saying, well, he's killing 50 Cent. 50 Cent is not, he don't see T.I. as being worthy. So when you don't see a person as being worthy, you don't even respond with a diss track. Because if he thought T.I. was worthy, he would have responded with a diss track. He don't think that the man is worthy for whatever reason. Now, T.I. is very high on his catalog, like I said, like I mentioned before. He has a good catalog, but he doesn't, and he said he got 5 classic albums. Okay, I don't know people's criteria for classic albums. Me, this how I'm gonna start doing I'm gonna take my criteria classic album from a classic album that I know everybody universally agree with, and that's Thriller. Michael Jackson Thriller was a classic album, and I'm gonna take the criteria that made that a classic album: culture impact, sales, and how many spins he got on the radio, and how long his music stayed at, in the charts. That's the criteria I'm gonna go for to figure out who had a classic album. If you don't meet those 3 criterias, you didn't have a classic album. Get Rich or Die Trying was a classic album, hands down. Sales, culture impact, and spins. It had it. It had it all. It had it all. That's a classic album. Now, when you look at T.I. albums, people say Paper Trail. People say Trap Music was a classic album. He had some other ones that people say, but he say 5. But let me know what's y'all criteria for a classic album, because different people gonna have different criteria. Then when I ask Chad GPT was a classic album, they gonna have a different criteria. Then people are not gonna like that criteria. But I just told y'all my criteria. I'm going from the Michael Jackson Thriller album. That's what the criteria. I'm getting my criteria from that album, because everybody universally say that that's a classic album. And another thing, T.I., 50 don't want to do a versus with you. Go do one with Kanye West. Kanye West will eat you up. You cannot mess with Kanye West. Kanye West is a master producer and a master rapper. You can't do nothing with Kanye West. And that's the Midwest. You say that if 50 was from the Midwest, trying to down the Midwest, trying to poke holes at the Midwest, he would be Nelly. Disagree. I disagree. But don't try to poke holes at the Midwest, because you cannot do nothing with Kanye West. I'm out.